everything in by the time we start. If not, if you got some late people that want to jump in, they could always use the Beachbody On Demand app and do the workouts from there. So, Coach Goldberg,
awesome, guys. So invite your people and. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All right, here you go. Here's your surprise.
Okay, hold on 1 second before we surprise them. Can you record?
I'm already recording. Turn it on.
Okay.
Is it Beyonce?
Yes, it's Beyonce. Hold on. Here, come over here. It's so exciting. Look, he's coming.
Yo, Seeger, what up, bro?
People!
What is up?
Best surprise ever.
I love it. See?
Better than Beyonce?
Better than Beyonce.
I
Way
think
better.
so.
Look, Amanda, get in and somebody take a screenshot. Oh, I love my Powerhouse family. Yay! Screenshot. Look at
That's a big
Jonathan.
freaking head I have.
Gotta take off the glasses for this.
I love
Yes.
it. I hope you guys
Damn, I got a big
screenshot
head.
it. Oh my
Look at that head. My
god.
God.
High
You know, I
fives,
normally
high fives,
charge
high
for
fives,
that.
high fives, high fives. Okay, Seeger, you can have this seat. Amanda,
Can somebody fill me in? Who is this another team? Can somebody fill me in?
Bruce
The
Willis.
coolest guy in the world.
It's Bruce Willis. We got Bruce Willis on as a special guest.
Nice, Mr.
Seeger,
Willis.
Seeger just texted me that he's like, "What are you doing? Is anybody coming over your house?" And I scream in your ear, and I was like, "Just come over for Zoom." So, Jonathan, am I gonna put you on the spot if I ask you to pray, or are you good, man of God?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, let's just have our little powerhouse prayer and our moments, and I am ready for you to blow us away, my love. I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I just got baptized December 28th, but hey, I've been going to church for around 8 years, so let's do this.
Good, I love it.
All right, let's bow our heads in prayer, everyone. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for bringing me and this team here together, Team Powerhouse. Yes. Oh my gosh, I already feel the energy, Lord. And I mean, technically separate teams, we are all one team, Team Beachbody. And then even further than that, we are all under you. We are children of God, Lord. And I just thank you for this opportunity for just being around a group of like-minded people trying to chase their dreams and think big and to do great things for you, Lord. So just bless our minds, open our hearts, open our minds for this call, and may we learn a lot. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Amen. Ooh, I love you. You come on every weekend. All right,
Woo!
guys, let me give you a little intro real quick. Jonathan Lee, I will tell you, we actually go way backer than we go because I met him originally on Team Tribe, right? Keith Callahan and Bob Lucido in there. And I'll tell you one thing that stands out about Jonathan is that he is a true leader, because if you make enough noise for me to notice you and know who you are, then you're doing some big things. So Jonathan definitely stood out, super charismatic. How long, Jonathan, you are full-time Beachbody coach. How long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching for about almost 4 years, but I only started seriously 2 years ago when I went to my first summit. Just saying.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Summit is where it happens. And guys, even if it's sold out and you don't have a ticket, just go. Joy Watson.
If you're with Hera, you're getting in.
Yeah.
You're getting in, I promise.
If you're with me, you're gonna get in. We don't really. I spoke to Mike about this and just how I think everybody has gifts, and one of my God-given gifts is that I don't have to wait on lines and I don't have to buy tickets for things, and neither do my friends. So if you can just be at Summit in July, whether you get the ticket or you don't, just be there. Shout out to Renee Westlake. I love her. Oh my God.
Well, Renee.
So we have a genuine leader here that Jonathan and I really, really connected in California at the New Leader Conference. So you know he's a bigwig because he was out there, and he is actually Mr. Mike Gardner's success partner. So you know that's double kudos over there. You got to be dealing with a badass right now. So Jonathan, I'm going to zip it and let you take it away because I know you have amazingness. Guys, make sure you're taking notes. He's going to drop some bombs tonight. Love you. Let's do it.
Thanks for the amazing introduction. And me and Hera and Mike actually met in sunny California, but I had no clue that they were. I knew Hera was part of Bearcat, but I had no clue Mike was part of Bearcat. But it was just crazy, you know. We just connected, you know. So we became success partners. But today I'll be talking to you all about strategic action, right? Strategy, and of course, the last part, the last half is the most important, I would say, is action. All right. So I got a couple of key nuggets for you that we can just break this down, right? So number one, when you take strategic action, is set big goals, and not just like Success Club 5 or, oh, I want to make $500 a week or something like that. Go even further than that. Because when I first started coaching, I wanted to hit, everyone's goals to hit Success Club 5. All the corporate, they're telling you to also hit at least Success Club 5, but those are their goals, right? What happens when you hit, and what happens when you set a goal at Success Club 5? Well, your conscious mind and your unconscious mind goes to work on that, right? So maybe you go to Success, and because of that, so there were some months where I went into Success Club 4 and then I wavered. I was literally like maybe 10 days in, 20 days in at Success Club 4, and then I was slowed down because, oh, my goal was Success Club 5, right? And this is when I first started as a coach, but I wanted more than that. I wanted to go faster. I wanted to become a full-time coach faster, and so now my goal as a full-time coach is what's it called? It's at least Success Club 12, because I know I want to hit Success Club 10, and Success Club 12 just gives me that buffer. But ever since I went full-time coaching, since January, I've been blowing that number out of the park because of setting big goals, right? Literally, and you've got to believe it deep down. You got to write it. But you got to believe it, right? So every month since January, I've been hitting close Success Club 15, Success Club 20. So really, don't be afraid to get out there and chase your goals, and dream big. I know that was in Summit, maybe the year before I went, that was our, I don't know how many of you were actually there, but that was the theme, was to dream big, right? All right. I also had another goal of hitting $1,000 a week, but then I recently bumped it up to 2,000 to 10,000, because look, I'm not there yet. In my mind, I'm already there, but you can see all of our other friend coaches hitting 5-digit weeks, crazy 4-digit weeks. So it's just like, if they can do it, why not me? Set those goals higher. Write them down every single day. Literally, I have a notebook outside. It's filled. It is filled with my big goals. I write them down every day and in the morning, and then I look at them. I read them every night before I sleep. A lot of successful like entrepreneurs do that. You see all these books that I've read. In the beginning, I thought it was kind of meh, right? I thought it was kind of meh. But then when I actually started doing it, when I actually started following them, my business changed and my team grew exponentially. And then I was able to teach that to my team, and they continue to do that as well. And so when you set your goals, a lot of times things might not go your way, right? Maybe you have a return order, or maybe coach relations just doesn't get you, right? Who's had that thing where, we call in coach relations, you're like, oh my gosh, you guys are just not getting me, or maybe someone in your team is being not responsive. I don't want to curse them out or anything, but like, so maybe there's someone in your downline who's giving you a hard time, right? And they're about to quit or whatever. That's where your goals come in, right? Writing down those big goals is part of your strategic action plan. You do that, and I read it every single day when I'm having a hard time. Because then, even though I'm a full-time coach and I love Beachbody, not every single morning is apples and oranges for me, right? Even if I wake up to, I see 5 cycles in my back office, or I see $100 in my back office, there's still a lot of things that can derail you from your dreams. So that's why writing your goals down and reading them daily really, really helps, right? My next action, my next nugget for you is to break that down. Right? A lot of coaches just put, I want to make 1,000 a week. I want to hit Success Club 5 in each month. I want to hit Success Club 10. What does that look like? How many coaches do I need to serve in my organization to reach that goal? How many coaches would I need to sponsor each month then? How many coaches would I need, how many customers would I need to bring in each week? How many challenge groups or fit clubs or shake and shares do I need to host to bring in these customers, right? And that's why I like when Mike Gardner and Amanda said that they were going to hold this 22-minute hardcore group, right? Because it really helps you with your goals. You want to make 1,000 a week or something like that, but how are you gonna get there? How many coaches are you gonna do? How many customers and how many new customers are you gonna bring in? And I'm glad that you guys are running a challenge group, because hey, that is awesome. Another tip, just off track, is try to do live workouts. Are pretty cool. We have the Zoom thing, right? And since, I mean, Zoom allows 40 minutes for this group chats and 22-minute hard courts is 22 minutes. Maybe that's something that you want to incorporate in your challenge group, because we've been rolling with that in terms of strategic action. And it's a cool idea to try out, you know, and it's building up the momentum. All right. Okay. So, all right. And this breakdown plan, right? I've been rolling with it for the 2 years that I was a serious coach. You know, after Summit of 2014 in Vegas, now it's going to be Nashville. It's going to be Nashville again this year, right? So, all right, the third nugget, know your team's tools. You know, chances are your upline or your upline's upline or somebody you know, Heather, I know she's a leader. She's got all these tools for you. She probably has a coach page. Mike has probably some challenge groups or something going on there. Or I know Tony Icon Furtado. You guys are very lucky to have him as your upline before Bob Lucido, I guess. Because you guys have so many resources. Especially if you're a new coach, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can plug into their stuff, and then when you find your own groove, then you can start, branching off or anything. But, you have your team's leaders, you have those tools, utilize them. All right. And remember, you are the CEO of your own business. So when you do feel like you are ready, you just, go for it. Because for me, I started coaching when I was 19 years old, so maybe like 4 years ago in college or something like that. And, I clung on to my upline sponsor for a while, but then I wanted to go at a faster pace. I wanted to make this work. I knew I was the CEO of my own business. So I eventually branched off, and then I made my team Fitness Heroes and Heroines. You don't need a team shirt or anything, right? A lot of coaches don't have team shirts, but we have team shirts. It's just cool, you get that sense of ownership, and that there's people looking up to you, and that you got to lead. You're never too young to lead. You're never too old to start, is what I like to believe. So, right, know your team's tools, and when you get ready, just branch off, copy their tools, and duplicate. Right? Run your schedule, or your schedule runs you. So again, I started when I was 19. I started coaching when I was 19 years old. So I don't have kids or anything, or I didn't have a mortgage to pay at that time. But I also had full-time college. Everyone's in different walks of life, right? I was a full-time college student, part-time coaching. I had a girlfriend to take care of, take her out on dates and all that stuff. I was trying to get involved in a bunch of different clubs and communities on my campus, trying to look for a corporate job and all that stuff. I don't know if it's comparable to having kids. I don't know how that's like yet. Give me like 5 to 10 years for that to happen. But hey, again, everybody has their own schedule to follow, or something extra when they start as a coach, I'm guessing. And hey, I've trained people. Most of the coaches on my team are around parent age. So, that's where I'm trying to get to, is that everyone has something else on their schedule other than coaching. And when we're talking about schedule, be very meticulous in your strategy. So example, when I was in college, I would wake up 2 hours before my first class started, maybe at 7, 8 a.m. I would wake up, I would eat my breakfast real quick, read my Bible, read my personal development for that digestion period, do my invites, drink my E&E, which was the energy drink back then, or now it's Energize, when they, use the bathroom because, you just digested. And then boom, go straight into the workout. Your 3 vital behaviors, which now it's 4 because the 4th one is recognition, all that stuff. 3 vital behaviors right before class, right? Done, literally done. And then the rest of my day, if I needed to follow up, I could do that, or if I had calls. But be very meticulous. Day in and day out, I was doing that week in and week out, month in and month out. I followed that. Of course, again, there were some days where I just didn't want to do it, or the weather was bad, or I was sick, but I still did it anyway. And after I graduated college, worked at Ernst & Young, a Big 4 accounting firm, for anyone who knows accounting, consulting or whatever. They don't work. They're not a regular 9 to 5. It's like a 9 to whenever kind of job. 9 to 1 a.m., 9 to 2 a.m., weekends as well. But even then, that's what I was talking about, the schedule. I was very meticulous. Instead of waking up at 8 for college, now I woke up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, right before going to work, and doing that chunk. It's that workout, that eat breakfast, all that stuff, drink my pre-workout, do my invites. I did that all before going into the corporate world. But now, thankfully, I'm not in that corporate world, right? For those of you who are full-time coaches, or looking to become full-time coaches, still have that same block of schedule, because as a business owner, you got to treat this business like a business, as they say, right? Okay. Woo. So hopefully you've got that panned out. I don't know how you guys like to schedule it. You guys can use your hand. You can use normal pen and paper. I actually use Google Sheets. It's like a spreadsheet, right? Sometimes I don't like Google Calendar. I just have a Google Calendar for our team. And these are all free things that you can find on the internet. It's Google Calendar. But I like Google Sheets because I don't get notifications and everything. And I can also prioritize things on my list. I don't know if you guys heard of Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. That's a really good management book. Like, if you've got 10 things that you need to do during the day, if you're a part-time coach, if you can only get through 1 or 3, but they're the most important things that you need to do, like invite people or go get on one of these coach calls, if those are one of your top 3 things, then do those things first, instead of those other 7 to 8 not so important things. Because I know when I first started as a coach, I didn't have a schedule, or I didn't prioritize my schedule. I was doing, let's just say I had to do or make a post to invite people to my Shakeology challenge. That's like the number one thing I needed to do. But I had all these other little things, like follow up with this random person, or talk to this random person, or do this homework, right? I would do the 3 unimportant things. And then at the end of the day, I would still have that one big important thing that I need to do. And that's the title called Eat That Frog. It's your biggest frog. Eat the biggest frog in your day first. And then the rest of your day is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool. You're going to feel good about yourself, even if you don't get to those last 3 little things. And I know my day, when it starts right, is when I do those 3-4 vital behaviors, right? I want to get my workout in. I want to drink my Shakeology, all that good stuff. Because, hey, after I work out, I got that post-motivational high, right? Everybody gets that, right? Right? And yeah, after you work out, my posts just become that much better because I'm more focused. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. Let me post that up. Oh, I know who's going to like this. Mike Garner is going to like this, right? We always like each other's stuff. But I'm just like, yeah, then the focus becomes stronger and stronger when you do that workout. So definitely prioritize your schedule. Now, I talked about the strategy. That was the strategy, right? Now comes the action. It's taking massive action every single day. And if you didn't get anything from this presentation, it's got to be action, right? Because you can plan about it, you can think about it, but the only way you're ever going to see results in your business or in your life, if you've noticed, like, you got to just act. It doesn't matter if your plan is 100%. I mean, it doesn't have to be 100%. Sometimes I roll with ideas that are only 80%. So this 22-minute Hard Corps challenge group, I don't know if they have everything detailed, but just go for it. They just said invite to this group. Go for it. We don't know. Sometimes we don't know all of what we're doing, but it's better to give it a shot and fail a little bit than not give it a shot and not know what's going to happen at all, right? Right? You strategize. You got to take the action. And so, yeah. So as an example, I've hosted a Shakeology challenge group, a Shakeology 30-day challenge group where people drink Shakeology once a day for 30 days straight, right? And I normally make a Facebook event for it, so that's another cool nugget to take action on. Make a Facebook event for your challenge group so that you guys can invite people to it. And you'd be surprised at who says yes or no, right? But if you guys, as coaches, I would say create your own Facebook event and put them into the same group, because if you guys share if you bring everybody into one Facebook event, only the creator or the host of the event will see the notification of if someone says going or interested. So if your friend clicks on that, you won't see the notification and just get really messy, right? But my point is, I've hosted it 3 straight months, January, February, March, and I've had some people say no in January. I've had people say no in January or say next time in February. And in March, they say next time. April, right? So my next one is in April. And I've always been like, hey, should I invite this person again? This person has said no 3 times, right? And after saying, hey, let's take massive
You want to be on the video?
Actually, we don't know what this person's gonna do. I just did it anyway. I invited her. I clicked invite to this one person, and guess what? Now she's in my Shakeology. She's gonna join me in my Shakeology challenge. It took me 3 months of saying invite. Do you want to join? Do you want to join? Do you want to join? Right? I mean, but of course you have to. It's like very situational. If it's like a hard no, then you might want to like back off a little bit. But it's like, oh, maybe next time, maybe next time, maybe next time. I'm just gonna keep saying, hey, this is next time. Hey, this is next time. You said last time. Really act on just taking that action and inviting. Definitely just go for it, right? And it's cool because, you know, we're all going to be, I would say we're all going to be gone from this earth within 70 to 80 years, I would say. So who cares what anyone else outside thinks, right? What if you helped one person? What if you saved their life? It could be a game changer. Look, we're all going to be dead in 70 to 80 years. So you might as well say, let's see if we can change this person's life while I'm here on this earth. And I guess that's why, I quit my corporate job. Like Beachbody was cool. I think I'm making around 75% of the income that I would make in corporate. But I just think a lot of people are passing. I don't know when my time is going to come. Only God knows that, right? But I want to go out with a bang, right? I want to leave a legacy. I want to help as many people as I can on this earth. And it's just like, that gives me the drive to wake up every single morning and just do it and stay up late at night. Sometimes I stay up until 2 a.m. and act. I make flyers. I create content. I start talking to people on the West Coast. I don't know how many of you are on the West Coast. I know Hera and Mike are like East Coast Central, but like the 3 hours behind, they're still awake. I'll still talk to them at 2 a.m. I'll still take massive action. I'm excited that, if I live, 137. But hey, you just never know. Technology and all the pills and the medicine is getting so much better. People are living longer. Oh my gosh, we have so much time to build such an amazing thing. We can invite more customers, build this team, and I don't know if you guys heard the news, but we're about to go international, like legit international, not just in Canada. We're beta testing Beachbody On Demand to 140 countries, and from there, then we're gonna know who to branch out this coaching opportunity to. So if you thought there were not a lot of coaches or too many people were coaches, think again. We are still young. Let's take action on that. Invite I even started talking to people in UK because I think people in UK are gonna be the first ones to become coaches internationally. And the only way to prepare for that is not when it comes out. Is to be prepared before we release internationally. And the only way to do that is take massive action. Keep talking to people on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, whatever you do, right? Because at the end of the day, you are your own CEO. You are your own boss. That's why we're called independent team Beachbody coaches, right? I know Hera's a great leader. Mike's a great leader. If I knew any of you personally, I would give you a shout out, but I don't know that many of you personally as leaders yet, but I'm sure if you're on this call, then you're a leader or you're a leader on the rise. Because I don't know how many powerhouses Hera has on her team, but this is the serious group, right? These are the people who show up to the live events, who take the action, right? These things give you energy. I don't know about you, but after I jump off these calls, I'm ready to tackle the rest of the day, 5 more hours or something like that, right? Even if I had a long day at work when I was in corporate America. Right? Take that massive action. And if speaking about CEOs in action, if you ever have a question, and it's a fact, how do I get to Emerald rank? How do I get to Diamond rank? You can message Hera, but I would suggest just going into the FAQs. The coach, it's very empowering. If she doesn't answer you, or if a leader doesn't answer you, it's not because they hate you, right? It's because they want to empower you as a leader, right? Of course, what our goals as leaders for our downline is to help them to become as independent from us as fast as possible. And if we spoon-fed you every answer, then that wouldn't be doing you any justice as a leader. Because we believe in you. We know you guys got this. FAQs is like the Google of coaching. And that's part of the action, right? And it's literally if you want to learn about Summit, you can type in Summit 26. We got 10 minutes left. But okay, I'm just gonna wrap it up here today. So to recap, the strategy part is to set the big goals. to break that stuff down, or break that stuff down. Know your tools, run your schedule, and then the biggest part is to take massive action no matter what. Just go for it. Right? If people, again, we're gonna be dead very, I don't know, 50 years, whatever. Leave your legacy, okay?
He's coming
Leave your
back.
legacy.
80, now it's 50.
I love you.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
I had to unmute you because I have a question, but obviously I have to recap because I'm looking at the notes that I have from you. And a lot of you guys know that I did the Tony Robbins Mastery University, and that was a 2-year program that I paid bank for. And what you guys have right here is access to somebody's brain who Tony Robbins will teach us the 7 forces of business mastery. And Jonathan, you have it too?
I have a lot of his other books, like Awaken the Giant Within and all that stuff.
So I should give you some of his business mastery stuff because you already have it in you. And there are 2 things that popped out to me that he has 7 forces of business. And the 2 of them that are screaming at me that you are utilizing are, number 1, innovation, right? You spent all of this time talking as well about the action and what you were thinking about doing with 22-minute hardcore on Google Hangouts. That's innovation. That's what's going to set you apart from other coaches. And he said, right, this is my favorite quote, is imperfect action beats perfect inaction every single time. We're not, is he frozen?
I'm not frozen.
Oh, okay. You're frozen, but at least you can still hear me. So that when you had said action, right, massive action, I think sometimes we underestimate what, like yesterday, Amanda and I sat here for a good 4 to 6 hours, and we banged out a brand new boot camp for the powerhouses, right? So that was massive action. And when I sit there and I think, well, what about, yes, the other coaches that have so many other things going on in their lives that they can't do that, I want us to know that sometimes, more oftentimes than not, like 98%, if your action is simple enough for you to be consistent counts as massive in my book.
There you go.
Because when everybody sits there and says, how do the top coaches do it? The top coaches are just more consistent than we are, and they talk to more people. It's that simple. So when I know that we just entered a Diamond Dash, and we need to invite how many people my goal is to go diamond or to duplicate a diamond within 3 to 4 weeks, right? I'd love to do it in 3 weeks. So I have already set my big goal of duplicating diamond, beating my record, right? So what Jonathan said, set my big goal. I wrote it down, and now thank you for reminding me that I need to read it every single day, because that was actually how I achieved 5-star, which also shout out to the diamonds on the team, because obviously it's not me that's doing it. It's you guys. We're a 5-star team, and I have not a dang thing to do with it. Literally, like, I wouldn't be 5-star if it weren't for my coaches. So this is a 5-star team. It's not me. I take it back. But this is what we all did when we were in that 5-star sprint. Mike even Amanda saw that I had my board up in front of me every single day with the circles mapped out on where I was placing people, and I looked at it every day. Because where focus goes, energy flows. And every day is consistent. And consistency, I kid you not, guys, for those people who are flipping out and saying, I don't have time, you do have time. But how do you choose to spend your day, right? It's a priority. What is that? Her, it's a little bit wet.
She said it's a little bit of you.
I think I just have the biggest. Renee, I think I just have the biggest mouth, Renee. That's it. I just have the biggest mouth. So I think that consistency that Jonathan was talking about, and that massive action, tie the 2 of them together, because I find even in the many times that I am alone, and I don't have my own kids, and I don't have a baby in front of me that is requiring my attention, I still have other things going on where, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I can only get things done in 15-minute spurts. So just know that if you are consistent, I think Juan Wade's cover photo may still be that consistency is the heaviest weight you will ever lift. And that is the truth, because that is where we oftentimes, I don't want to say fail, but I'm going to say fail because there's nothing wrong with failing. Because if you fail and you learn and then you act according to what you learned, then that's great being failure, right? Because you're going to improve. And the fact that you say I only go for 80% of whatever the goal is, you guys, especially as Seeger and I, teachers, right? An 80 is really close to a C. And we were trained that a C is not okay and it is average. And for somebody who is anti-mediocre, 80% is not okay. However, as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, what Jonathan had said, as a CEO, I'm telling you right now that 80% is perfection. If you can give me 80% consistently every day and there's also no surprise that he spoke so much about being a CEO and having a schedule. Okay, so in our new boot camp, we're really going to hone in on you guys having a power hour, even if it's broken up into 15-minute spurts. But if you have your to-do list and say, I am putting my 4 vital behaviors as a priority, and I know that I am skipping those invites. I know that I am skipping and leaving it to the ends of the day. And the reason I can say this is because I do it too, okay? So I got to keep myself in check as my own boss and know that I can't leave my invites to the end of the day. I can't leave my follow-ups to the end of the day. I observe my mind and I watch that my mind says, oh my God, but if I get into invites, it's going to take me an hour and I don't have an hour. Tony Robbins says, skip the problem. Skip the problem, and if you don't have an hour, then do it for 10 minutes. And maybe you only get to follow up with 2 people or invite 2 people, but take massive action and consistently do 2 people a day. Now, I'm not going to lie. That's a mini goal. And Jonathan is teaching us to set big goals. So can you bump it up? And the answer is yes, you can. The question is, will you? Will you make it a priority? And I'm going to request that Mike Gardner share the video with Jonathan that he posted last night about resiliency, because that was some intense-ish right there where literally, guys, it is the power of your why and the power of your mind that will allow you to achieve. And there is one thing that is getting in the way of your success, and it's you. That's it. It's not the people who said no. It's not the time in your day. It's not how many kids you have. It's not anything other than you and your brain that gets in the way. And I'm telling you that because it's the truth. I'm telling you that because I love you and I want you to overcome that obstacle. I want you guys to take this recording and re-listen to the things that Jonathan said, because clearly he has had success. To be leaving a corporate job and then being flown out to California as a leader and running his own team, guys, success breeds success, you know? So be a CEO, make your decision of how you want to run your life. And we all have different goals. But prioritize yours. So there's a possibility that we're going to get cut off because that's what happens. But Jonathan, I need to thank you before we do, because you're absolutely amazing and we love you. We love you. Jonathan had me on one of his calls and we did burpees until the end.
You guys want to do burpees until the end? I know Mike does.
I know Mike. Mike and I just both had a shake. I saw him downing that. I think I lucked out because on your call, when I asked them to do burpees, I felt bad. I was like, shit. I probably asked some people to do burpees and they couldn't, but they were doing them. Your coach was doing burpees with me.
Modify them if anything.
You totally could. Today was a rough day for a lot of us, but as powerhouses, we made it through, and I'm super proud of my team. I'm super proud of you, Jonathan. Thank you so much for coming on, and I love you. You're awesome.
It's been an awesome pleasure, guys. Thank you to the powerhouses who showed up today. Thank you, Hera, and also thank you to my success partner, Mike Gardner.
Yay! All right, we love you guys. If you want to disconnect, you can. We'll see you on the page. And Jonathan, thank you so much. I will pass the recording on to you, my love. You are amazing.
Thank you, Hera. Peace.
I love you. Bye. Oh, I love him.